All right, guys, welcome back to Twin Hammer. We're really excited about this one here. This is our Harnkin conversion, and this is one of Thomas's projects, so I'll let him take it away, but he won Best Painted in Nova in the team tournament. Shout out to Matt. That was incredible team tournament with you in Nova. Let's take it away, Thomas. So Harnkin, one of the exciting new units for basically the Leagues of Votann in 40k, and they came out as a kill team release. And so basically they're the Harnkin Pioneers, which are usually had been traditionally on the bikes as a fast attack unit in bigger 40k, but kill team was the first opportunity that they actually were deployed on foot, as if they had gotten off the bikes and had gone and be able to operate individually. And it was a very cool opportunity to get them on the table, having a first unit of dwarves kind of in the futuristic realm. Always been a big fan of the whole dwarf aesthetic and vibe, so very, very cool to actually get the opportunity to work on a dwarven team. So basically what we wanted to do, we always like to just take a different spin, is in 40k the Votann have all these knives, and for us, knives aren't just, they're not really traditionally a dwarven thing. So I'm like, where are the axes, the pickaxes, where's just kind of that more Norse vibe for the dwarves that we usually see? So I had gotten a bunch of old world dwarven miners at Adepticon in 2023, and I had basically just, we were using them as a Warcry warband, and I was inspired to take the weapons from that small warband, take all their mining pickaxes and their hand axes, and replace the plasma knives on the Harnkin Jaegers with proper Norse weaponry, proper dwarven weaponry. And so that was the main conversion that we have done on this team, and it was an absolute amazing time. Also, they were released in the season of Beta Decima, which is the water planet, on a big oil rig. So I was super excited about this. I was themed a few kill teams around the fact that they're on a water planet fighting on an oil rig, and I thought it'd be amazing to have this really cool dwarf expeditionary force which is sent to Beta Decima to mine plasma. And so I thought that was a very cool narrative approach, most of the kill zone, and layering it in addition to what came in Termination, layering it to make kind of a cool plasma mining rig. And then I got a box of the actual Jaeger models with the hover bikes, and used two of the hover bikes, took two of the guys off to use them as extra mining pieces just for the display, and then left two of the bikes open as if they had gotten off their bikes. So I thought that was a really, really cool thing, maybe never before seen outside of just like the actual studio doing some crazy stuff in Nottingham. So I thought very, very cool opportunity to combine both kits. Obviously they're both Harnkin Pioneers, so I did that and it turned out amazing. I love working with water effects. I got Vallejo water effects, and you can basically morph it. It's like feels like glue when you're working with it, and you can morph it to basically create these waves, and then it gives a really cool water effect. I had gotten some lights, some LED lights that I had planned to use for my Tau kill team, but then didn't really end up working in the display, and then it ended up working perfectly to line it around this mining facility that I had constructed makeshift out of Beta Decima back here. So ended up turning out really, really well. I was super, super pumped with the theme. Everything kind of turned out exactly the way I was envisioning it, which is a really, really cool feeling, just to have this vision in your mind and then for it to be executed very, very much close to what you had in mind. And so I had the perfect opportunity to take it to Nova. It came out just a couple months before, I think, or a month before, and I got it done within that month through some focused effort, and ended up winning in the team tournament. They ended up doing individual award instead, so I was very privileged to have been chosen to win that. And they gave me these cool double-sided brush here, which I am looking forward to using finally. And this cool paint set, some of my favorite colors actually, blue, green, and gold, which were actually a lot of the colors I used in the actual Harnkin team. And now perfect opportunity to pick up some miners and do an actual old world small expeditionary mining force, which will be the next project in honor of the Harnkin miners as well, and using these new paints and brush. So that's next on the table, which will be a very, very fun travel back into the old world and continue an amazing time just painting up the classic Dwarven aesthetic. And I want to point out that when you're converting a team, sometimes it's not even about having different arms or different heads or different weaponry that you can add, but you can do different poses than the box art. And I think one of my favorite poses on your team is the badass revolver guy who's just the bombast. The bombast. He's kind of walking through explosion while he has dual pistols going on, instead of the classic just one pistol up in the air look, which you'll see on all the box art and most people who assemble the teams. A little bit going out of your way to repose the models in the building process will give you a lot of satisfaction of having a team that looks a lot different than any other team out there. So if you can find a way to combine different arms in different ways, different weapon loadouts in different ways, then you can get quite a bit with the to designing a theme and look for this kill team. So I built an entire display using pretty much most of Beta Decima. The guy who carries the mines usually has the artificial arm that's carrying the mines. I didn't like that look for that particular model, so I gave him a shotgun instead. And then I cut the mines off and I put him on his back as if he's carrying the backpack. The Bladekin, I gave him 2 throwing hatchets instead of plasma knives. And basically for him, I put the additional kind of weaponry on his back to make it look like he's got all sorts of different throwing weapons as he's charging in. So very fun team on the tabletop as well. Probably going to be running them at the Chimera tournament coming up, and just having a blast running them in the new edition. I think my favorite time playing against these Harnkin were I was in Legionary at New York Open, and my Legionary charged over a little obstacle, and then the sniper has the ploy to shoot when somebody's charging. Yes, it's a firefight ploy. You can trigger as soon as someone comes in range of one of your guys. You can have another guy kind of protective shot into it. My guy leapt over and got sniped in the forehead, dead instantly. Took out one whole Legionary. Team has a lot of play. They're so cool. Just badass dwarves on biker dwarves. And the last thing, guys, when you're converting, I think Thomas did an amazing job with this, is atmosphere. So when you're looking at your teams and you're building your teams, it's not even about the paint job, it's not even about the individual models, but it's the feeling the whole team and the whole display. When you look at it from 4 feet away, you don't even need to go close. You look 4 feet away, and what is that emotion that you're giving the person that's seeing you? Have you built really cool environment, a really cool experience for that person? And I think when you're looking at Thomas's display board, you get immediately transported to Beta Decima. So we put some lightning, some smoke, some fog, and the water effects create so much of a storyline when you're looking at that primary bike and it's about to leave the dock and the water is getting thrown up behind it. I think that's incredible. So modeled the water as if the hover bike was actually, you could see that the hover bike was pushing the water back. I thought that would have been a cool idea, and it kind of came out that way and all came together in a kind of cool thematic way, and just wanted to tell a cool story. When you looked at it, you could kind of tell, okay, this is what's happening. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this one, and till next time, keep working on your hobby projects. We will see you in the next one.